All right, looks like we're good. We're live. Seems like. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm just quick sending a text. Give me a sec. All right. Hey, Alter, what's up? Tonight we're talking Family Guy. While I kind of recover from my hangover. Fun story with that if you want to know. Honest to God, there's a fun story with that if you want to know it. I actually have a bit of a hangover. Yep, we're talking Family Guy tonight. I'm going to say with Family Matters, the Waltons, Saved by the Bell. What was it? I guess 8 is enough. You could throw that piece of crap in there. I guess with those shows. Yeah. I remember the theme song. I remember that was actually one of the good reasons, one of the good things I liked about the show is the theme song was really good. And then they made it into this like massive elaborate number with the later seasons, and it just didn't feel right. It felt really off-putting for a little bit, and I could never figure out why. Hey, Alter, if you want a free piece of advice, never drink 4 energy drinks in one night. Especially when you have auto brewery syndrome, because your body will convert it to alcohol, and you will effectively be drunk and spend an entire Saturday with a goddamn hangover. Well, mostly just a headache, but Jesus Christ. Favorite joke from Family Guy? God, I would have to think about that. That's actually a good question. Going through so many of them here in my head. Not very good when you have a bit of a headache yet. Oh, what the hell? Now I am trying to think of it. I guess the Cool Whip. The Cool Whip thing. Them saying it wrong. What's yours? What's your favorite joke from Family Guy? What's your favorite joke from Family Guy? The Cool Whip. Okay, that's the one that I'm going to go with too, because that's the one that I instantly think of. Somebody were to say Family Guy, I'm going to think of either Peter beating the shit out of the chicken or, yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? It's Cool Whip. I think I remember somebody, I was looking for it. I was looking for some of that because we found an old recipe for these little like sprinkle balls you can make. And I remember we were looking for it at the grocery store. And I think to myself, okay, I gotta look for the Cool Whip. I'm like, son of a bitch. This just made me think of it. Yeah, with Will Wheaton. Hey, Crown. Hey, Common. How are you doing? There we go. Okay. How you doing? We're talking Family Guy tonight. I'm doing good. Just have a bit of a headache. So last night, I usually drink an energy drink or two on a Friday night for my Jessica Charms channel when I'm recording my Jessica Plays videos because I'm usually up early in the morning on a Friday. So last night I decided to push it a little bit and I drank 4. Yeah, never drink 4 energy drinks in one night. Don't do it. Aside from the fact that my heart was racing most of the night, I kind of really didn't get sleep. I just kind of laid here in a meditative state. I actually, oh god, I actually didn't really sleep, and I've had a massive headache all day because I found out, and last night definitely confirmed it. But I found out that I actually have auto brewery syndrome. And what a great way to find out is by drinking energy drinks. What it basically does is it converts caffeine into alcohol. So my body converts caffeine into alcohol. I could get drunk off of caffeine, which kind of explains why I was feeling so good when I drank Dr. Pepper. But yeah, Dr. Pepper's on my no list. And unfortunately now energy drinks are gonna have to go on my no list because it made me think of things I didn't want to think about. And 6 months later, too, no less, if you know what I mean by that. So, yeah, did not want that on my conscience. So, yeah, I was thinking about that last night. That was driving me nuts. But that was my night and slash day. Well, I also kind of temporarily fixed our roof. So, we've had a leak. I went and got some expanding foam to throw up where the leak is to patch it from the inside. So for now, that should help. That should help. For now. For now. Key phrase. For now. Okay, least favorite running gag has to be all their freaking cutaways. South Park made a joke about it. They even made a joke about it themselves. There's a part where Peter started smoking a cigarette and Lois goes, "Do you have enough time for a smoke?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's blah 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 this and that." They actually poked fun at it, and that's something that I'm not a fan of either. Is their cutaway and their segues back to older shit that we didn't get to see. Who's the worst character in Family Guy? I'm gonna go with Brian for one. I think Tom Tucker's annoying. Oh god, there's a couple others too. Yeah, I know Tom Tucker and Brian. I hate Surfing Bird. I hate the song Surfing Bird. I hate that. I hate that song with a passion. Let's see. The hell else? I'm trying to think of like I said, I know Brian, I got Tom Tucker. I want to say Quagmire, but Quagmire kind of has his own yeah, I think Debbie's here. I thought the 30th anniversary was last year. Oh no, last year they released Hocus Pocus 2. That's right. They released a sequel last year. That's why Freeform had it up every freaking day during their 31 days of Halloween. That's right. Now I remember. Just trying to wake up. I'm trying to stay awake. Let's just go with that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with at least Brian Griffin and Tom Tucker right off the bat for least favorite characters or the worst characters in Family Guy. mean, I would say Peter and Lois because of how they treat some of their kids, but at the same time, that's just a statement on parenting at this point. I really can't blame them for that. Oh, I lost count. I lost count of how many cutaway gags Family Guy's done. I have lost count on it. I have completely lost count. I'm doing, in case you're wondering, I'm doing two things at once here. I'm killing two birds with one stone because I have a couple of things I have to do when I'm done with this tonight. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. To try to make things easier. Yeah, not very easy when your head is driving you nuts. I like to forget Hocus Pocus. Then again, no offense, I like to forget the original one exists too. I'm not a fan of it. I've seen it. I'm not a fan of it. It's like The Witches. I don't like either of them. I hate the original with a passion, and I just don't even like the remake that they did. But for Hocus Pocus, I'm not a huge fan of the first one. So when they announced the sequel, it's like, why? I'm just like, I like to forget it exists. So in my mind, it doesn't. In my foggy-filled mind right now, it doesn't exist. It's just there. Oh, that's fine. Let's do that later. Yeah. Oh, it's been a long day, guys. Oh yeah, the Kool-Aid guy. I remember those. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah! Actually, I think I did a joke of that with my old podcast. I did I did kind of do a joke with that, the old podcast. Like one of the intros that I was doing back then, I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh yeah. The hell's he doing to my floor? The hell's he doing to my wall? Oh no. Like I remember doing, I don't remember which one it was, but I remember doing a joke like that. Because Disney is hemorrhaging money. Come on. The House of Mouse wants to double down. They're in Vegas playing the slots and playing the tables, and they're losing big time. They want to make it look good, so they got to double down in the house. The House of Mouse. They got to double down on the House of Mouse. Oh, God. I'm just sorry if I'm acting goofy. Like I said, I'm kind of tired and still really getting over I drink 4 energy drinks in one night. Not a good thing. Not a good idea. Don't ever do that, guys. Seriously, don't ever do that. Oh God, don't ever do that. You will come to conclusions and you will come to understand things you really don't want to understand. Like at all. Ever. I'm not even joking. Like, you will literally never understand. You will come to things you don't want to understand. Trust me. It will boggle your mind so bad. No. Here's a good question. Now, anybody remember when Family Guy got canceled by Fox? And then they had that long laundry list. As they actually pointed that out in the first episode after they were brought back. The long laundry list of shows that had to die in order for them to come back. I remember Titus was on there, that 80s show. There's a whole bunch of other ones. And then just like that, they rattled through all that list. It's like, well, I guess if all those fail, we can come back. It's like, yeah, they all failed. I remember Titus. I remember that 80s show. I remember Grounded for Life. I remember a lot of the weird shit from the late 90s, early 2000s on Fox. So the early 2000s. I remember a lot of that crap because you had that 70s show, then you had that 80s show, now they have that 90s show. I weep for the world. I really do. There are times when I weep more than I should, but I don't really think I need to say more about that. That 70s show gave the world Wilmer Valderramas, and we, the world, would like to give him back. Okay, let me phrase that. I know the fans of NCIS would like to give him back. So, like, that show gave us Wilmer Valderramas, and we, the world, would like to give him back. It was going to be canceled, then Nickelodeon got rid of a bunch of their other programs in order to save it. Sorry, but because the ratings for it were too good to give up. So they were just like, well, if we can get rid of a bunch of other programs to make way for it and to buy it some more time, we'll be good. It was canceled on Fox once. I don't think it got canceled the second time. It was on Adult Swim until Adult Swim's license ran out. And that was right after the whole Disney Fox acquisition. They Adult Swim could only have it for X amount. I think it was like a year they could have it yet. And then after that, they could no longer have the rights to air it. So they ended up shoving it over. I think some of it still airs on TBS, but don't quote me. Because I know American Dad's home's over there now. I don't think it got canceled twice. I know it was once, at least. Because they made a running joke about it. I don't think it got canceled the second time. You had the Cleveland show that got canceled then. After its run. But I don't remember a Family Guy getting canceled twice. Yeah, they're up there with The Simpsons. That's why they had that crossover episode. Okay, no longer airs on TBS. Okay, see, I don't have cable. I don't have cable. How the hell is that supposed to? I don't have cable. I have Roku. I have Roku and a tablet. I watch YouTube. How was I supposed to know? I watch YouTube. I don't watch cable. I have no cable. No cable. None. No cable. No, why would I want cable? I have YouTube. I have Roku. I have internet. I can just watch something online. There's streaming services. There's Freevee, for God's sake. It's sad but true. I mean, Cartoon Network's Adult Swim still has Toonami on a Saturday night, but that's kind of limited to the barn at this point. Well, they kept saying the same thing about The Simpsons, and everybody wants them to end. Eventually, I think Seth MacFarlane's going to get tired of having the show going on, or they're just going to have an issue where it's going to end up getting canceled. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I've seen the one with Lois's breast implants. That was going around where I told the doctor C cups or D cups. There was a bunch of Peter ones. I've seen a couple Stewies. So yeah, that I'm well aware of. But yeah, I know Nickelodeon doesn't have anything good on anymore, and I know Cartoon Network's basically nothing but Teen Titans Go, practically. Although it's ironic how Adult Swim's starting earlier and earlier now. So it's like they realize that, oh, we're not exactly having the high up ratings we were going to have and that we really wanted. Now we're just basically, yeah, no. That's just it. I really don't know because they could come up with a cutaway gag that you would not expect. Is it going to be better than that pilot that we got? Because that pilot put me to sleep. The original pilot for Hazbin Hotel put me to sleep. I love Hell of a Boss. I will sing the praises of Hell of a Boss till I am blue in the goddamn face. In fact, I think that's going to be next week's topic. We're going to talk about Hell of a Boss next week. I want to talk about Hell of a Boss next week. So that's going to be next week's topic. But as far as Hazbin Hotel, my mom and I tried watching the pilot episode of it, the one that they had to go back to the drawing board then, and it put me to sleep. Now, to be fair, I was up that morning. We were still working at Five Below yet. I was up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. It was 3:30 that morning. I got up to go to work. And I was still, granted, okay, I could have fallen asleep, but it bored me enough to put me to sleep. Okay, cool. So now they took it back to formula. I haven't heard much about the new stuff. I've actually kind of been off Twitter the last couple weeks for personal reasons. Okay, well, one personal reason, and because work's just been shifting my schedule like crazy, but mostly for a very personal reason. I'm trying to distance myself from Twitter for a little while. Not permanently, but I don't go on every single day like I used to. I have my reasons. But yeah, the original Hazbin Hotel pilot bored the living shit out of me. It put me to sleep. And the last thing that put me to sleep like that, from like a pilot episode or just one episode alone, was an anime series that I got at Walmart for $10. And I was watching the trailer for it, and the trailer put me to sleep. Like, I bought the DVD, never opened it, because I thought, okay, it was $10 at Walmart, for God's sake. I had to try to remember what the title was too, because I have to add. No, I can't add that to my. Actually, oh yeah, I gotta tell you guys, I made a list. But I watched the trailer for it, and the trailer put me to sleep. Well, they would have to be kind of relevant, because I think most of their cutaways are semi-relevant / current events in a way, to try to help tie in everything to the show. So I don't think they would do that. Plus, I think they kind of did do a Team Fortress 2 one at some point, but don't quote me. I want to say think they did. So don't quote me. But no, I actually grab it. Oh, tired today. Yeah, it will always be Twitter. I actually signed the petition. Somebody did start a change.org petition for Elon Musk to change the name back to Twitter. I signed it because I want it to be known as Twitter. It's always been known as Twitter, and just because he bought it and his butt hurt and has a massive fixation for the letter X, which, by the way, I do have a 1-minute rant on. I'm going to be uploading that tonight when I'm done. Just because he has a fixation with the letter X doesn't mean that he has to change everything to X. I mean, I have a fixation with boobs. It doesn't mean I'm going to change everything to boobs. I really don't know, because I don't even want to try to think about it, to be honest, because they kind of have their own system for how they do those. But that's what I want to show you guys. I made a list. I know you probably can't see it because it's pencil on paper and stuff, but this coworker and I were talking about anime. Would have been not this past week, but the week before. Would have been that Thursday. We were talking about anime, and we spent an entire hour. We're still working, and it's been an hour. Oh God, Claptrap meets Peter. Jesus Christ. Morning, Optimus. Claptrap meets Peter. Oh God, Lord. We spent like a good hour talking about anime, and we were doing it again on. It would have been Tuesday. I actually had to think about that for a second. Oh my God, I had to think there. It was Tuesday. And I said, what I will do is when I get home, I will make a list of all the anime that I have seen. And I will bring it in tomorrow, which was Wednesday. This is that list. These are the couple that I forgot to add to that list. It's only 4 so far. I got to add 5 yet, I think. But I have a list now of anime that I have seen. And when I showed him the list, he goes, well, where's this list? I literally pulled it right out of my wallet, said, here. I was like, oh. It's like, yep. And he's reading the list, and it's like, oh, okay. So he's like, yeah, I've seen a lot. You just can't understand how I've seen so much anime. I don't think they'll do that, because I think they did do something with the Rabbids. I kind of remember something with the Rabbids, but I don't think they'll do something with the Rabbids. because they would have to get into some licensing deals with that, at least to be able to air them for a couple seconds. And I don't think McFarlane wants to go through that nightmare. I really don't. I don't see them doing anything with the rabbits. I think they did. I think they did. Because I kind of remember seeing something online. I don't know. I think there's a channel on YouTube that does have like all the cutaways. At least they did, I think, until they got copyright struck. Ooh, I just glitched out for a second. Yeah, I think they did until they got like copyright struck. They might have had a whole bunch of like the cutaway gags and some of the stuff. Because I know YouTube's bot, their automation bot kind of screwed them over. So they might, and I'm saying this loosely, they might still have the information, but I'm not. What the hell? I'm glitching like crazy all of a sudden. Oh, I bet you my computer's probably trying to do update again. But I don't remember if they actually did or not. So don't take my word for it. I'm just saying. I think they did. I think they did. Let me guess. You're suddenly doing an update when I told you to stop doing the update, right? Yes, you are. I told you to stop the update. You stopped doing the update, and then you're doing the update anyway. Why does that not surprise me, computer? Why does that not surprise me? Oh, cool. And it's going to tell me that it can't stop the update. That's great. As I know my laptop needs to update, I know I have to let it update. I just don't ever get a chance to do that. And it, like it's doing right now, it's slowing shit down like crazy. It's not getting overly warm. It's actually cold in here. I'm just sweating like crazy. Yeah, it's not stopping it. All right, what's it trying to download update-wise? It's pissing me off. Yeah, it might be considered lost media. Like I said, I said, don't quote me on it. I kind of remember them doing something like that, but don't quote me on it. I don't think they're going to last any longer either. I really don't. Because Cartoon Network's basically nothing but Teen Titans Go during the daytime. They have that Cartoonito for like early morning, and then Adult Swim starts at like what now? 6 o'clock? 6 or 7 Adult Swim starts, and it goes to like 6 in the morning. So it's like 12 hours, like 11 or 12 hours of Adult Swim. No, I think it's 6 o'clock actually. I think it's 6 o'clock it starts. So it's from 6 to 6. So I think it's 12 hours of Adult Swim, and yeah, no, I don't see adults. I don't see Cartoon Network lasting much longer. I really don't. Far too many to count. Aside from their crossover with The Simpsons, far too many to count. Oh, I was just trying to do a cumulative update. I'll do that later. I will do that later. Stop trying to update. I will do that later. God damn you. I said stop. Freaking laptop. Listen to your computer. Listen to your overlordic master. All right, listen to your master when your master tells you to stop. I feel bad for Joe Swanson. For starters, he's, I think, one of the most honest cops in Quahog. Yet, yeah, he's the butt of like 90% of the jokes. I remember the entire episode where he, they were on the, God damn it, it's doing it again. Just because I might have that open. Hold on. Try closing out. Let me try closing out my editing program, see what that does. All right, that's a little better. But yeah, I remember the checkered path. Why am I going so? Why am I getting that? It's still doing the update. It will not listen to me when I tell it to stop. But yeah, I remember the episode though with Joe. They were stuck out at sea. The I think Peter was eating his legs. And he ended up getting new legs, but the person was also paraplegic. Yeah, it is running it again. God damn it. I said stop. That means stop. That doesn't mean start up the minute. There's the very second I tell you to. I don't. God, I said stop. All right. Stupid laptop. Way too many for me to list because I haven't seen every single episode, so I really couldn't tell you in definitive order. Because you also have, I know at least Meg. I know Meg, Brian, Joe. Just at least those three right off the bat. But yeah, I remember the checkered pass. I think that was to try to win back audiences because they knew that they were losing a lot of viewers now. So that was kind of their, hey, we're going to start early, but we're going to air this checkered past to really try to revitalize and bring back the channel. You want to save the channel? Get rid of Teen Titans Go. That's what's killing you. That's the cancer that's killing you, guys. Teen Titans Go is the cancer that is killing you. But yeah, Peter's treated way too many people badly. At least Meg for a start, but then again, everybody treats her like shit, and that's horrible. You had Stewie, at least Joe, most of his family members, most of the people in town. Oh, there's a lot that he just treats badly. There really are. I said Meg and Joe. I said Meg, and I said, I know I said Joe at one point, so there, I'd say at least two of them. I know I said Meg and Joe. All right, I'm done trying to fight with this thing. If it wants to do the update, let it do the fucking update. I'm done trying to get it to stop. So I apologize, guys, if I seem stuttering a little bit at certain points, because it's trying to download an update, and I've told it to stop half a dozen times. So I'm not telling it to stop anymore. It wants to do it. I'm just going to let it do it. I'm done fighting it. I think it's mostly at the behest of the Quahog government to keep Peter in line. Oh, yeah, there's that, too. I don't understand why Sharon's still married to Rainey. There was the episode where they separated, and she looked a lot happier. I don't know why she's still married to that son of a bitch. I really don't know. Yeah, I remember South Park made fun of Family Guy. There was that whole what was it like? It was Cartoon Wars. It was like a two-part episode where Cartman and Kyle were trying to get to the TV networks to stop the airing of Family Guy, or to air or to get Family Guy to air. I think Cartman was pro, Kyle was against. Like, they've been made fun of by South Park, so that's the first for them. Although I will say this, I did hate the Simpsons Family Guy crossover because that felt so goddamn forced. Something akin to what, yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't do anything. No, seriously, I really wouldn't do anything. He has a nice, cushy job as, honest to God, he's probably I would just have taken a desk job or a teaching job at the police academy, rather than actually be out on the field. But hey, go for it. Yeah, it's still running the update. I keep fighting it. I keep telling it to stop, and it doesn't want to stop. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, in all honesty, if I were Joe Swanson, I know he's getting the he gets disability, but he also still works for the Quahog Police Department. I would honestly have just said, hey, I'll do like a desk job or something part time. I would have a couple other coals in the fire, maybe teach, do because you figure he is paraplegic. I would do like workout videos for those that are handicapped, those that are in wheelchairs, stuff like that. You could easily make a freaking. He could have made a mint at this point, and live a very happy life far the fuck away from Peter Griffin. that's the part I think I want to air. He should be far the fuck away from Peter Griffin. Well, let me put it this way. For some strange reason, she fell in love with Peter Griffin. For another unknown reason, she still stays with him. Sullied and bore 3 children for him. Not to mention Stewie, that just, yeah. So, I don't know if she should have left him. I think she kind of keeps him in line, so no, but at the same time, kind of, but no. Way too many to count because he just throws his I'm pro this against this. I'm for this against that. I'm not with this, but I'm also not for that. He shoves his political and religious views so far up your ass it isn't funny. That's Brian Griffin, folks, and I'm not a fan. I still like the whole he and Quagmire do not get along, despite him trying his damnedest to try to be friendly towards him. And they just do not get along. And it's kind of funny because I remember the entire episode when Quagmire's dad came to visit. And it's like, yeah, he's having sex change the next day. And he comes out as Ida. Then he and Quagmire get into a fight. He goes to the bar as Brian's coming home. Brian and Stewie meet up. Brian's telling Stewie about his trip. And Stewie's like, oh, yo, you missed the fun around here. Quagmire's dad came back. His doll woman. It's like, oh, yeah. And then went through that whole thing. And when Quagmire finds out, comes over, beats the crap out of Brian. And then the last phrase out of Brian's mouth before he closes the door is like, hey, Quagmire, your dad, and just like slams the door. I get a kick out of that joke from Brian. That's about the best one interaction between him and Quagmire that I've had from the show, that I think. But otherwise, there's way too many people to count that Brian is treated like crap. Way too many. Way too many. Did it actually stop the update, or is it trying to run the update again? Probably trying to run it again. I honestly have no idea. I kind of feel like Seth MacFarlane probably doesn't want to do one, but if he does, I really don't know. Remember, it kind of went well for The Simpsons, but to be fair, they should have capitalized on it in the 90s and not so much in the early 2000s. The 90s would have been the much better shot for it, more so than the early 2000s. Here's a good question, though. How many jobs has Peter Griffin actually had? Because remember, when the show first started, he was working at Happy Go Lucky Toys, and his boss was Mr. Weed. Then he went to work at, what was it then? Who's James McAvoy? Honestly, I really don't know the name. You know what? Let him be busy with the Orville. I saw some clips of the Orville. I love that. Let him be busy with that till hell freezes over. Let him be busy with that. We can, if you want. We'll lump those in today. Because next week we're talking Hell of a Boss. That's next week's topic is Hell of a Boss. That's what we're talking about next week. Hands down. Okay, it's not gonna let me pause it. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm back. I'm good. Yeah, we can talk about American Dad and Ted. I only saw the first Ted, though. I own Ted 2. My buddy Sean has it right now, so I don't actually have it with me, so I haven't seen it. I do have it. I own it, but I haven't watched it yet. I've seen the original Ted, and I have seen most of American Dad. Save for any of the newer stuff. Have not seen the newer stuff. Okay. Don't know then if they're gonna do a cutaway with him or not. I really don't know. Again, that would be more of the writers more so than me. I really don't know. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that sounds like an idea. Yeah, we can do a Scooby Doo one week. Just remind me. We'll do that not next week, but the week after. We could do that. Just remind me, because I will forget. I will forget big time. Worst thing Stan Smith has done. How about that entire episode where he basically put his family into the poorhouse just to win a dick measuring contest with a used car salesman? Yeah, Klaus, Roger, Francine, Steve, Haley. You got all of his neighbors. Remember, he had the entire neighborhood dragged off to a CIA holding cell. God, there's so many. Like I said, I know why I'm lagging a bit. There's nothing I can do about it because my laptop will not stop trying to do the update because it wants to do the update. I kind of feel bad for Klaus, but to be fair, you're a fish in a bowl. They could have at least given him a nicer bowl to be in. They could have given him like an actual aquarium, but you are a fish in a bowl. You have access to the television. Your best friend is a smart mouthed alien. Just go with it. It could be worse. He could be dead. No, you're a fish. You are a fish. It's fine. Well, except for the episode where they found his body, like his actual human body, and they couldn't even put him back into it because it had decayed so bad because they never bothered to put it in storage. So that I felt sorry for. Of course, that's when he got the body for the knockoff Earth, Wind, and Fire cover band, which was actually kind of funny. They tried to overcharge the CIA for a picnic. That was a good joke. I actually like that one. Though I will say that American Dad did ruin a song for me I can never listen to again. Well, you have to realize that Klaus is basically Stan's problem. he is the one that's in charge of keeping Klaus, quote, alive. That's one of his submissions. Because of the whole CIA thing, if they release the information that, oh, yeah, hey, by the way, we have the ability to put the brains of people into animals. Yeah, that's not exactly a good thing. So you can't exactly give him a new home because of that. That's the entire aspect of it. Better yet, how about the episode when Stan was digging for that gold? Ollie North's gold. And he ended up finding it, and his family was just like, wait, you actually found that shit? Yeah, we found it. He found it buried underneath the house. I thought that was hilarious. He's trying to he's basically trying to like remake him discovering it for the first time. I would have just been like, look, I would have just did like 1 or 2 takes, made it look legitimate, and been done with it. But yeah, no, run with the gag of go. Yeah. Then when he's stuck down there after the cave in, and he goes, if you find this video, they'll make a movie out of this, and it'll be directed by, I think it was Scott Campbell or Bruce Campbell, and then it was going to be or no, it was the movie that was going to put Scott Campbell into the arms of his lover Bruce Campbell, or Bruce Campbell to the arms of Scott Campbell, who's now going by Campbell. I just remember that. Honestly, I lost track of how many disguises he has. There's Ricky Spanish, I know that one. There's that party planner lady that kept stabbing Steve. I can't think what her name was either off the top of my head. There's so many of them. So many personas. I think they have like an entire episode where half of his personas were just coming back in his mind to kill him. I do. I remember when Roger had a son. I remember when Roger shoved Jeff onto the alien ship. I remember when Roger got Steve pregnant. I remember the episode where Roger was making the creepy, actually that was the same episode, the creepy mayonnaise to help Stan kind of win the deaconship. There's a lot of weird shit that Roger's done that I remember. A lot of weird shit. I mean, a lot of weird shit. I remember a lot of weird shit from Roger. But yeah, I remember Roger having a kid. That was actually kind of funny. How about the entire episode where Francine wanted to get back at George Clooney? Like her and Stan literally went overseas, and while they're doing that, Roger and Steve are basically having this slave thing with the foster children. Meanwhile, Haley's battling a terminal illness that she manages to beat, and then blows the whistle on their whole thing. Rogu. Yep, that's it, Rogu. There's a lot of weird stuff. I think Roger's actually the better character for the show, because take away the alien, take away the talking fish, and it's basically just a crappy sitcom. It's similar to Family Guy. Keep in the alien. Okay, now you have the Alf motif. Add in the talking fish, and now you're pretty much set with a whole slew of different things. That's because, if I remember right, Seth MacFarlane had made the comment that that's one of the shows Disney will get over his cold, dead, unmoving corpse. When Fox was making the deal with Disney, he had made the comment that they're not going to get American Dad, and he actually, that's when he kind of just shoved it over there. Yeah, because that's basically it. I know it still airs. I think it still airs occasionally on Adult Swim. I think they have a time slot for it. Last I looked, but yeah, as far as that's concerned, because that's its home now. It's not. It doesn't air on Fox. It airs on TBS. All new episodes are TBS. Because when Disney acquired Fox, McFarlane tried to make an end run to keep some of his stuff out of Disney's clutches. He did not. He does not like Disney touching his shit. I don't blame him. At that point, I would consider Disney like that person with a very bad disease that's coming to take your food in the hospital cafeteria. It's like, look, I know you're sick. I know you want something to eat, but this is mine. Like this platter of chicken fingers and fries just cost me $30. You are not going to take this from me. And for the record, that actually is how much chicken finger snack costs at a hospital. When my grandfather was in the hospital a couple years ago, we actually contemplated getting something to eat. My mom and I did it down in the cafeteria, and we saw how much it was. And I was like, screw it. I'll eat when I get home. I'll eat when we leave. I don't think they're going to let the contract expire because for them, it is a moneymaker. But then again, if it's on streaming services, they could put it out on there. It's the same concept. They could get it up on Hulu or just put it up on like an Adult Swim, not even Adult Swim. I'll put it up on a YouTube channel and just make like, the official Adult Swim or I keep saying Adult Swim, official American Dad YouTube channel where they actually show you new episodes every week. They pitch their own crap in it. Like Patreon sponsorships, goals like that. They have ads that run in those. They could probably make it work. But again, yeah, it would have to be, it would definitely have to be more of a, they would be really screwed at that point, but I don't think they're going to let it go that far because for them, that's like the only way that they'll have something in there. Yeah, I remember that. I remember you talking about that. I think Hugh Jackman would be kind of annoyed. Well, you got to keep in mind, Peter is technically an idiot. So, yeah. Not exactly sure how a whole conversation would go for that, but I'm going to pretty much go with not well because Peter is kind of an idiot. So, I don't think they will because they have, all right, figure it this way. Like I was saying earlier, take away the alien and the talking fish. It's just a cartoon family sitcom like The Simpsons. Throw in the talking fish. Now you have a blatant copy of Family Guy. Throw in the talking alien. Without the fish, you have a ripoff of Alf. Keep the fish, keep the alien and the family. You have this unique show. So I don't think they're going to actually throw in another animal that will talk because that would throw off the whole dynamic. Plus, the only ones that know that the fish talks is the Smith family. Nobody else knows. Well, save for Jeff, but to be fair, the guy's a pothead, so. I don't think. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Deadpool would. Yeah, because Deadpool's annoying, so is Peter. So yeah, I could see them getting. I could see that. I could kind of see that. I could see them getting along. That I don't think would happen though. Mm-hmm. Oh, might also help that that's updating. That might be another reason why. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. My tablet was trying to update at the same time. I gotta work on that. I hate Surfing Bird. I really hate Surfing Bird and I hate Rock Lobster. Those are two songs that I hate the most. If you ever hear Rock Lobster when you're sick early in the morning, you put the TV on so you have something to listen to and you turn it to the music channel, because that's what I did. There's when we still had cable, with our digital televisions, we could actually pick up music channels. We would usually put them on for my grandparents, but in my room, I was able to pick up a couple of them. I was listening to the one and I heard Rock Lobster. I was not feeling good. And I was just like, this is an actual song. And yeah, it's an actual song. It's stupid as hell, but it's an actual song. It's called Rock Lobster. I hate Rock Lobster. I hate Rock Lobster and I hate Surfing Bird. I know that somebody did one of those Billy Bass fish and they actually modded it, because remember I talked about that. I talked about that a while back. I think it was like a few episodes ago. That you could actually modify one of those Billy Basses. Somebody has it up on YouTube how to do it, where you could actually have it play different songs if you mod it right. Somebody did that and actually had to play Surfing Bird. That was creepy. That was creepy hearing that. Hearing Surfing Bird coming from that. That was creepy. Sorry, like I said, I'm still trying to stay awake. I can't believe I was stupid enough to drink 4 energy drinks in one night. I really can't believe I was that dumb. Drink 4 energy drinks in one night. I was stupid. That was stupid. But then again, I'm not really intelligent, so why does that bother me? Alright. Let's see. Ryan Reynolds is too busy. What the hell is the phone company he owns? Mint. That's right. That's the one he owns. Mint Mobile. He sold his Mint Mobile to another phone company, yet he still has the commercials for Mint Mobile. Yeah, I don't really think he has a say. Plus, he really wouldn't have a say in who's cameoing in the movie, because that would be up to the producers and whoever has the rights to Deadpool. Just because you're in it doesn't exactly mean you have a say in it. Okay, I know nothing about the prequel series for Ted. Nothing at all. So I had no say in that. And like I said, I did not see Ted 2. I've seen a clip of it where he's singing Sweet Caroline. That is it. I have seen the original Ted, so I can talk about that. I don't know anything about the prequel series. Hey, I work all the time. I come home and do other stuff for both my YouTube channels. I have other stuff I have to do, so I don't always get to see the new stuff as it's dropping. So keep that in mind, guys. Okay, there we go. There's a lot of people that guest starred on Family Guy. You had God, what was the guy's name? You had James Woods that guest stars on Family Guy. The high school was named after him. I think it still is. Oh, no, they changed that. No, did they change the high school name? I don't remember. But you had Ryan Reynolds guest starred on Family Guy. You had James Woods. You had William Shatner, or at least a really good William Shatner impersonator. God, there's a lot of people. Well, obviously, you had Adam West when he was still alive, because he was the mayor. Yeah. In all honesty, I think if we were gonna get Ted 3, we would have got, because I remember getting Ted for Christmas the one year, right when it came out on DVD. My mom got me Ted for Christmas. And I was like, hey, this is really cool. Thank you. I watched it Christmas Day. And I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 years later than Ted 2 came out. And I got Ted 2 then for like $5 in my local Walmart. I haven't watched it yet. And it's in my box of DVDs I gotta get back from my buddy Sean, but I have to clean up the house first, so I have a spot to put them, so I can bring them back. I hate sneezing. I mean, like I said, I remember seeing Ted. I remember watching that. I thought that was really cool, interesting. Though the whole Mila Kunis thing being in it, they could have found somebody better than her, I think, in my opinion. They could have found somebody better than Mila Kunis to be in the Ted movie. I hear the sound of thunder, I just start humming that I Love Rainy Nights song in my head. Honestly, that's what I do. But yeah, I remember that was the thing because Ted and John are Thunder buddies for life. Thank you. Yeah, I know. There's a nice delay with my stream, isn't there? There's a nice delay with it. And it's like, yeah. I have not seen that. I have heard of it. I saw it referenced in a couple top 10 lists, but I have not seen the movie. No idea. And I'm being honest with that. I really don't know. I have no idea if he is still working on those or not. You said he was working on the Orville. I said, let him work on the Orville. I'm fine with that. I thought the Orville was pretty cool. Yeah, let him work on the Orville. I think the Orville was pretty cool. Let him work on that. Then again, with the writer's strike over, I guess a lot of stuff should be getting back into the swing of things. So maybe, I don't know. I honestly don't. Like I said, I don't really keep up with a lot of stuff right now, so I really wouldn't know. And that is honestly saying something. I really don't know because I don't completely keep up with stuff anymore. Let me, here, I'll put up my tablet rather than waste the tab. Yeah. When in doubt, just Google. Yeah, he kind of should. He really should. Let's see here. I love how when I Google him when I Google Seth MacFarlane, the first thing that comes up is, why did he leave Family Guy? Well, I love this under occupations on Wikipedia for him. Actor, animator, writer, producer, director, comedian, and singer. Wow, the guy sings. Great. Now let's see here. Life and education. Family Guy. Cleveland Show. Well, I remember the Cavalcade of Cartoon Comedy. I actually had a Blu-ray of that I was trying to get rid of. Orville. Television scene, film career. Okay, he was hired to develop a reboot of The Naked Gun after McFarlane had previously expressed interest in casting Liam Neeson as Frank Drebin Jr. in 2015. The filmmaker was hired by the studio. Neeson revealed that the filmmaker, alongside Paramount Pictures, had approached him with a pitch to star in the movie. In June of the same year, he stated that McFarlane was working on a new draft of the script with the studio. Additionally, in negotiating the filmmaker's potential role as director, he expressed excitement for the project. The film was officially greenlit in October of last year, so basically a year ago. He directed. Yeah, okay, I guess he's still working on, at least for Naked Gun. All right, that's pretty cool. So at least for Naked Gun, he's still doing it. See, I never heard him sing, so I really wouldn't know. Everybody can do a good impersonation of Kermit the Frog. I don't think I've met one person that has done a bad impersonation of Kermit the Frog. I don't think I've ever met one. Like, seriously. Even the one that took over for Kermit the Frog after Jim Henson died, was really good at it. And that's honestly saying something. But like I said, I don't think I have never heard a bad impersonation of Kermit the Frog. Then again, I'm kind of biased. I'm a Kermit the Frog fan. Ooh. Way too many to count. I think they did. No, I don't remember the Simpsons joke about that. No, I actually don't remember that. I remember The Simpsons just predicting Disney owning everything. I do not remember them saying about the Family Guy ride. Let me guess. Cutaway City? It's just Cutaways to better rides? Well, keep in mind, again, Disney's hemorrhaging money. Plus, I think in regards to that, they would have to get okay from McFarlane. And again, he does not really want them touching his shit. I don't blame him. I don't blame him in the least. I wouldn't want Disney touching my shit either. Ooh. All right, Alter. I think I'm going to soon cut it because I'm having a heck of a time staying awake and I got a couple other things I got to try to do yet before I go to sleep. So I think I'm going to cut it here if that's cool. But next week, we're talking about Hell of a Boss. That's going to be next week's podcast topic. We are talking about Hell of a Boss. One of the best, I swear to God, people are sleeping on this show. Wake the fuck up, you sheep. Ever to grace YouTube is Hell of a Boss. And we are talking about that next week. That is going to be next week's topic for sure. But I think I'm going to cut it though for this week because, like I said, I am getting a little tired. I got to blow my nose. I don't want to do that on camera, but I got some couple things I got to upload for both channels yet, and I have to get some sleep because I am tired. I'm really tired. So I think I'm going to go. All right. Yep. You're going to go. I got to go too. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week for the worst podcast ever. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Alter. And good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all of you. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.